Hey Cancer, welcome to your January 2019 love reading. I'm going to be doing love readings a little bit differently in 2019. Instead of lumping them together by earth, air, water, fire, I'm going to do them for each zodiac sign, and I'm going to do them once a month. And I'm hoping this will help me get you more detailed information, but also free up some time so that I can post more often during the week and bring you different kinds of videos, like a different variety of videos. So you'll have to comment and let me know how you feel about that, if that works for you. What other videos you'd like to see. Pick a card readings, what topics, what subjects, meditations. Let me know, guys. I want to get it out to you. Okay, Cancer. So let's see what's happening here, Cancer. What is happening with the love energy for January 2019 for my Cancer friends? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. First card, Cancer. Healing family issues. Oh, let's try to get some clarity here. There we go. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits is you forgive your parents. Now, I'm not surprised to see this card, Cancer. And I'm not saying you all have had like horrible childhoods. Maybe some of you did, in which case I'm very sorry. Sending you love and light. But like this doesn't necessarily mean that you had like horrible childhood or that you had horrible parents. And sometimes this card comes up and people are like, but I'm not even mad at my parents, or it doesn't make sense to me. It's more about releasing certain behaviors or certain insecurities that you developed from watching the relationships that your parents had, or false beliefs that you developed about love as a result of, you know, just kind of maybe some unhealthy or unproductive behaviors that you saw in the way that your parents had their relationships. For some of you guys, this Cancer full moon we just had last week, I think it was on the 22nd, it was a doozy. It was a heck of a full moon, and it really kicked up a lot of issues with a lot of people about stability, about family life, home life, emotional needs, emotional necessities. And so, you know, being that you're all Cancers, some of you may have felt it very, very heavily. And some of you may have had memories about your childhood come up, or about your family come up. Or some of you are like starving for a sense of family, or it made you very hungry for a sense of stability or home life or family. And so some of you had some memories or things come up that made you realize, oh my goodness, here's where my wounds are. Here's where my false beliefs are. Here's where my blocks are. And so now it's time to release and to let these things go, especially coming into the new year. One thing I like to do every year when it comes into the new year, I like to have some kind of little ceremony. And I will, you know, write out everything I'm releasing, everything I'm done with, everything I'm letting go, everything I need to forgive that I'm ready to forgive. And I burn it safely, you know, safely. So don't do it indoors. Do it in a safe place where you're not going to have things catch on fire. Make sure that you're not doing it inside. Make sure you're doing it outdoors, and make sure that you have something like a little fire pit or something that you're using that is specifically for fire. Like, don't go out there and try to MacGyver something, or like, use caution, guys. Use caution. You can't just mess around. The way that I do it is there's like beaches out here with fire pits, and I go to a public beach where they have a fire pit, and I'll have a fire in the fire pit. So do it somewhere like that. Do it somewhere where they have a fire pit. If there's like a camping spot, or you know, just somewhere where you can do something like that. But use caution, guys. Use caution. Do not do it indoors. Do not do it willy-nilly. Make sure you know that you're doing and take safety precautions. Or maybe just don't burn it. Maybe just, tear it up and throw it away or bury it. Or I know some people who like to like let it go down a lake or a stream or something like that. So just different ways in which you're doing this is going to be important, but you need to come up with some way of releasing or letting things go. And I think for a lot of you Cancers, January is going to be about breaking out of a family pattern. Maybe there's been a cycle. Maybe you've had generations of divorce, or maybe you've had generations of, moms that walked out or dads that walked out, or generations of domestic violence, or whatever it might be. Cancer, you're changing it around. You're breaking that cycle. That quote unquote family curse, that which is really just learned behavior and inherited energies, you're done with it. You're releasing it. You're like, I'm not doing this in my love life. I'm going to have a healthy love life. I'm not doing this. So big release happening there in that way for a lot of you Cancers. Next card here is new love. Okay, so a new person is coming in for a lot of you. Some of you are like, wait a minute though, but I'm already in love and I'm already with the right person. Okay, so in that case, it could be where you're entering a second honeymoon phase, or there's like a renewed love where the love is hitting a higher level. Some of you are in a relationship and a new person is coming and trying to pull you away. But the overall message here with this card, and I've been doing readings for a while, and this is one of the first decks I had, and being lucky enough to have clients who come to me over like a course of years, and I've been with them through different relationships, and I've been able to do the readings and see how things pan out. And one thing this card has taught me through that process is when this card comes up, what I have seen happens with people who get this card is that they're coming into a time where they're about to be pursued. Like somebody's about to put them up on a pedestal and try to earn or win their love. And we just had here this healing issues, right? So a lot of you are coming into the realization that you deserve love, what healthy love is, how you should be treated. And as soon as you're in this energy, the universe is stepping up and giving you this. So for some of you in an existing relationship, your partner's starting to step it up. Those of you who have somebody new coming in, you're like, wow, this is nice. I could really get used to this, because it's somebody who's honoring you and respecting you and working to win your love. It's that chivalry. It's the holding the door open for you. It's the, considering you or thinking about you or doing nice things for you. It's not necessarily about trying to buy your love or anything like that, but it's somebody who's letting you know that they appreciate you, that they're thinking of you, that you're important to them, and that they're looking out for you. So it's going to be in different ways, right? But it's definitely just that feeling of, just somebody, really courting you, like just old-fashioned courtship. How can I wow you? How can I woo you? How can I make you feel loved and adored? This is somebody who wants to adore you, Cancer. Your next card is wedding. This situation involves marriage. People get excited when they see this card because they're like, I'm getting married. And some of you are already married. But one thing that I learned about this card, and this card's been coming up a lot for a lot of the different signs. So I think something's up with the energy, guys. I think this is like a universal thing that's happening with many people. But one of the things I learned about this card, because I did go to a workshop with Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine, before Doreen Virtue went off and, just I don't know, that's a whole other thing. But what Radleigh Valentine was saying, because he also designed this deck, was that this card is supposed to indicate commitment issues or fears of commitment, because he said that here this lady, she's excited, she's like, this is it, we're walking down the aisle, this is it, you promised me we're doing this, it's finally happening, and she's happy about it. And he's got that deer in the headlights look. He's got that, oh my god, he's scared. He's doing it, he's going along with it, but he's scared. In my personal experience in seeing this card come up over the years for the different people I've read for, it's not because this person wants to, go out and have a bunch of sexual partners. It's not because they want to go out there and be a player and have a bunch of different guys or a bunch of different girls. It's because they are afraid of the responsibility. And Cancer, I'm going to be very honest with you. Some of you are thinking that you're having a hard time you know, finding somebody who's going to be committed to you or who's stepping up. And for a long time, you've been telling the universe, I'm a good person. I want love. I just want somebody who's going to be there for me, who's ready to commit, who's ready to give me something real. And you're about to get it, Cancer. This person's coming in. But as soon as this person comes in, you're realizing that there's commitment issues within yourself. There's going to be a part of you that's going to be nervous about letting this person in. There's going to be a part of you that feels nervous or afraid about embarking on this relationship. So you're going to discover things about you that you didn't even know were there. You're going to discover your own little commitment issues. You're going to discover your own little fear of permanence, or you know, the seriousness of the responsibility as it's coming in. So ask your angels and guides to help you with this. Ask them to help you clear this out. Some of you are dealing with a person who, you know, like you're wondering when things are going to move along, and they're afraid of the stability. They're afraid of the responsibility. Your next card here is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith, Cancer. So this could be that the universe is asking you to trust it. The universe is asking you to trust that this is the right relationship at the right time to teach you what you need to know. Some of you are being asked to have faith or trust that things are going to work out for you, and that this love is coming in, that, you know, the universe is bringing you this perfect love. For some of you, this is about a person, and maybe your commitment issues for a lot of you is going to be based on trust. Maybe you have a hard time trusting, again, going back to the parents and the family issues and things that happened when you were a kid. Maybe you have a hard time trusting. Maybe you have some beliefs where you're like, all women are gold diggers, or all men are dogs, or you might have this belief and it's very hard for you to trust that this person is a good person, and the universe is saying you need to do the work, you need to clear that out, and you need to come into a place of faith and trusting. If you can't trust, you can't have a successful relationship. So this is something that you're going to have to be working on, Cancer, in the month of January, especially since you have this new love opportunity coming in. The last thing you want to happen is allow insecurity to make you paranoid and to chase this person off or to chase this person away because you don't trust them, or because you're like you know, wanting to be private investigator here and try to catch them at something. You know, you don't want to create that kind of energy. Your next card here is letting you know basically why love might have been challenging for you to this point, and what needs to be cleared out, or how you can better improve your love connection. This card is called Religious Factors, and I'm going to read it to you, but I'm going to tell you the ways in which I've seen it apply. It says, your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing and spiritual path. So some of you full on have like literal religion at the forefront. You know, maybe you're Christian and you're falling in love with a Muslim person or a Jewish person or a Hindu person or whatever, or some other religion. So some of you, there may be religion at play here. Some of you maybe like you have this person coming in and they're flat out letting you know, like, hey, my religion's really important to me, so if we're going to be together, you're going to have to think about converting. So there could be something in that aspect or in that way that you're going to be dealing with. But I've also seen this card come up where it's not necessarily about somebody converting. We all have certain values that we grow up with. Some of us do have religion, you know, drilled into us from a young age. And even though we might grow up and not be religious, you might be like, well, I don't really have a religion. Maybe I'm spiritual, if anything, but I don't really have a religion. And the person I'm dating, you know, they grew up one religion, but they're not really religious now, and religion is not an issue. But that stuff that they put in you as a kid, even if you step away from the religion as you get older, it still influences you. It still shapes you. It develops your understanding of priorities and what's important and what's right and what's wrong. So you all might have varying priorities. Like you might have different ways of looking at the world as a result of that. And so you all need to get on the same page if you want this relationship to work. You need to, you know, maybe, maybe you're having to adjust your priorities, or you're having to understand or see where this person's coming from, and they don't see the world the same way that you see it. And you're going to have to be accepting of that and understanding of that, that this is where this person's coming from, this is where they're at. And so, you know, if you can't do that, then you can't have the relationship work. For other ones of you, especially those of you Cancers who have been single for a long time, and you're like, where in the heck is my person? Where are they showing up from? Where is this new love who's going to be chivalrous and put me up on this pedestal because I am so ready and I'm tired of waiting? You're around the wrong people right now. You're around people who are not reflecting your values, who are not reflecting your principles, who are maybe don't have the same depth as you, and you need to begin pursuing the things that are important to you. You need to go and be in the places where people who think like you are at, so that this partner is coming in. Because right now you're kind of like in the wrong place. You know, you're like that mountain lion that like wandered off down the mountain and into the neighborhood, and you're in somebody's backyard, you know, investigating their swimming pool. Like, you don't know like what's going on. You're not in the right place. You need to get in the right territory. You need to get into the right place where your tribe is, where your pack is, right? Right now you're separated from your pack, and you need to get back to it so that you can have this long-lasting love and this right person coming into your life, okay? That's what it means for a lot of people who have been single for a very long time. You're going to have to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because that'll add in more information. Before I forget, guys, another thing about this card is a lot of you are having a very serious or significant person come in where you're either rebuilding a relationship, and so maybe some of you are turning to religion to help you with this relationship. Those of you who are trying to heal an existing relationship. But those of you who have somebody new coming in, this card is telling me you're having to make changes about your life. Like, you're having to adapt to this other person, or you're having to go to places where there's more people like you, but you're having to make a life change, and it's going to be about living a life of substance, and that's what's going to bring the success in the relationship, okay? But like I said, check out your moon sign and rising sign. Check out your forecast for 2019. I'll have a link for that in the description. You may need a private reading. More than happy to do that for you, Cancer. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and I'm going to keep the videos coming. More and more videos every week. Let me know anything, any special requests. I am wishing you a healthy, happy, prosperous, and safe New Year, Cancer. Take care.